Okay, so the Xbox event. Well, it started simple with Dragon Quest, and I was like, isn't that an old game? And yes, it is. It's the S version that came to Switch, is coming to Xbox Series X. And I'm almost certain it will come to PS5 at some point. It's just probably not a launch title. Then we saw Balan Wonderland, which looked pretty good actually. I would like to play that. It if it comes to Switch or PlayStation at some point, because I'd rather not buy an Xbox. I mean, they showed about 22 games in this showcase, and it didn't change my mind. There's about 3 games I might want to play, 2 of which I kinda want to play, but don't like. I'm not going to buy a console for them. So after that, the real presentation began, because those were the pre-presentation things. So it opens with Halo Infinite. Of course, it opens with Halo Infinite, and they showed a decent amount of gameplay. It looks like Halo. It looks fine. I do not care. That I know it's a big thing. It's an event and all that, but Halo is not my thing. After that, we saw State of Decay 3 is coming out. Forza, of course, the um, racing game, and Everwild was another game I was interested in, but actually doesn't know much about, because we saw the visuals were beautiful and all, but we don't know what's the genre of the game even. It wasn't, I mean, maybe it was gameplay, I have no idea what it is. And then there's Tell Me Why, which is a chapter based game, and looked like, well, it looked simply like The Life is Strange, kind of. And the next thing we learn is Ori and the Will of the Wisp is getting like remastered, a definitive edition, basically, which is a more fluid version, because Xbox can go 120 frames per second now. I think that's what they were showing. And yeah, again, an old game. Outer Worlds has new DLC on Xbox Series X, I'm thinking. We saw Grounded, which we already did at some point, I cannot remember where. There's an Obsidian RPG called Avowed. Avowed. I will not be able to pronounce that. Yeah, that. We didn't see anything about it, mostly. And Obsidian was like, okay, so Microsoft kind of bought us, and the first thing they wanted to do is an epic adventure, and I'm like, yeah, good luck with that. It's kind of reminds Skyrim with the sword and a little bit of magic involved. So that's the thing that will come in like 2 years or something, probably. Hellblade 2 is coming out, they reminded us. Psychonauts 2 is coming out, they again reminded us. And Destiny 2 will have a new definitive edition kind of thing on Xbox Series X, and at this point I'm thinking, are you going to show us anything new? I mean, yes, they've shown us State of Decay 3 and all that, but like the first game, the Balan Wonderland, was beautiful and all, but we're an hour in and there's no new games. These are all games we were aware of, or games like in progress, and we were aware of them. Come on, something new. Microsoft, you can do it. After that, they started showing new games and calling them launch exclusives. I don't know what that means. I'm guessing that means that PS5 will not have them at launch, but in a year or so they start to come out after a while. I have no idea. But those games are Stalker 2, which I didn't recognize because I've never played or seen Stalker. Yeah, I know, blasphemy, but I don't know what that is. Then there was Dark Tide, which was a Warhammer game, again. Not really educated about that. Then there's Tetris Effect. I've seen that game before. I did. And it reminded me of Switch's 99 Tetris. The same idea here, multiplayer Tetris. And then there's the Gunk, which looked okay. It's a cartoony looking game. And then there's the Medium, which we have already saw. Phantasy Star Online 2 and Crossfire X is having a campaign and the multiplayer is free. So we're at the end, and they did again the Nintendo thing with the one more thing, and Fable comes out. Okay, now I'm interested again, but I was interested at the beginning, and now I'm a little interested at the end, and Fable didn't show any gameplay or anything. It was just a title card, and yeah, we don't know if it's a remake, if it's just a Fable game, and like if it's Fable 3, 4, whatever. We don't know anything about it. So we're at the end, and I'm like, yeah, they showed about 22 games, most of which we were aware of. Some of them are really old, and at this point, yeah, I don't really care much. So I think the PlayStation 5 press event was a little bit better, mostly because yeah, there were more new games, and it ended with the PlayStation 5 reveal, which is a big thing, and the Xbox event ended with Fable, which is also a nice looking old game, but no price, no release window, nothing. Like, we know nothing new mostly. Yeah, they needed to catch up with PlayStation with the games. This is what it felt like. This is playing catch up. They're trying to say, yeah, we have a lot of games. See, we already planned this out. And I'm like, yeah, but you said Xbox Series X was backwards compatible already. What's the point then? What's the point of showing these old games and saying, yeah, they will play in Xbox Series X? I know you already knew that. It was kind of a Halo Infinite hype, but I didn't get impressed by that either. It was gameplay. It looked like Halo, and yeah. So we're waiting. We're like, Sony and Microsoft are playing chicken with each other at this point, trying to see which one of them is going to show the price and the date. And it's about 3 months, like 4 months out now. Yeah, it's either like November, December. I mean, guys, we don't have a lot of time. You better at least like say how much it is, so I can put away a little bit of money if I want to buy it. So yeah, that's mostly what I feel like. Not impressed. There's like 1 or 2 games I would like to see come to PlayStation 5, which they will, I'm guessing. I watched the show through Game Awards, and I don't know if it was a problem with the Game Awards YouTube channel or it was present in every single stream of it, but there was a noticeable lag. It got like hiccupy every once in a while, and I'm thinking, Yeah, Microsoft, this isn't making you look good. Sorry. I know it's not important, but yeah, it's just not good. So that was the Xbox event, and I hope to see you again. Comment below what you thought about the Xbox show, and subscribe. See you later. Guess what? PlayStation just uploaded the Balan Wonderworld trailer, so yeah, it's coming to PlayStation 2. So the only thing really interests me in Xbox is Fable now.